What up, though? I said what up, good folks. I said what up, good people. Today I will be going over from Berserker Studios the M1 edition Zeus myth from the mythology line. Oh, okay, this is very interesting and very cool. Here can we take a look at the side of the box. And here's a product shot of Zeus, 23 moving parts. We got a read up top, and it reads, in the age of ancient mythology, the gods occupy a separate regime and coexist with humans. The gods enjoy mortal prayers and offerings, even sacrifices, while humans, under God's protection, live, work, be born, and die. Meanwhile, the dark forces that have been sealed by the gods are desperately looking for opportunities to retake what they have lost. Woo-wee. Other side of the box, you'll see Zeus M1, which is telling us this is the first one in this mythics line, or this mythic line that they are creating. Adult collection action figures. This is the most important part. This is for adults. I review action figures that are based for adults. Then we got the Berserker Studios right here at the bottom. I guess this is their logo here. The bottom of the box, ain't nothing too special. Top of the box, warnings, choking, small parts, not for children under 3 years old. Let's get into it, because I did not come here to review a box. I came here to review a figure. I like to show everybody what you're getting when you purchase the figure. That way you are understanding what it should look like when you get it, right? All right, so without further ado, let's bust this bad boy open and see what he's really about. Boom shakalaka. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Zeus. Fresh and straight out of the packaging. Here we have a good look at this powerful being, Zeus. I will say that Berserker Studios done an excellent job on deco. They definitely get an A on deco. I'm definitely feeling the deco of this guy here. Let's give you guys a closer look here. Very, very nice deco. We can see here, shoulder pad, all painted, gold paint. You got your blue in there, your brown for this shoulder pauldron type armor guard for his shoulder. Very nice. His wrist guard also done, same paint. Got the paint and the accent on his on the back of his fist. Got some wraps around his fingers here. Then on the waist, very nice how the strap, or his belt strap, all very nice deco. And even in his garbs, you see the robe or the designs on his garbs. Very nice. Shin Guards, also done very well. Shiny gold. Very, very cool with the sandals here. Really digging that. No peg holes at the bottom, just flat. Very cool. Indeed. Straps around for his shin guards. Loving the detail that they slight wash in between the musculature of this figure as well. Got your veins popping here. Very cool. Then his beard, his face. He even has these little mustache holders or whatever for his beard. It's pretty cool. Can't really see his necklace, but I'll give you guys a closer look at the necklace when we go over the accessory portion. Very, very cool. And then the back here, You see his, I forget what you call this. Drop down in the comments if you remember what this is called. This has actually a special name. But let's go over the accessories so you can see exactly what comes with Zeus. All right, so accessory wise, starting with the hands, he comes with, what's it, 2, 4, 6 sets of hands. This hand here will be for the holding of his shield. And you can also fit his sword in there, and I'll show you the sword later. This one also, you can hold his shield and or sword in there. By the way, this one is his left. These are his, his right hands. These two are his right hands. This is another right hand. And this one here is a left hand. So this is a left one for his shield. All right. That is a gripe of mine. I wish we would have had the equal amount of lefts as we do with rights, right? -1 point for that. Need to match the hands, right? Why would you have 1, 2, 3, 4 right hands and only 2 left hands? Anyway, I digress. So this sword is done very well. I love the paint and the way they sculpt this sword. You see the hollowness in the inside here. That's very nice. Then the paint, got your light blue on the sword. Got even a little wash in there. Got a wash in there on the sword there, and maybe you can see it better on this side. Hilt's done very well. Really digging that. And then we have his shield. His shield here has Medusa's face on it, and it's painted very nice. Same colors as his sword. Very, very nice. Back side here. It's very nice here. Got your handle, got your strap. They could have went the extra mile and painted this strap here brown, just like the rest of his straps on his hands, on his belt here, and even you see a little brown there. Could have went the extra mile and painted that brown. But very nice looking shield there. Really digging that. Let's see here. You also have his lightning bolt, which is very cool. This is a very cool lightning bolt. And with this lightning bolt, you can, with this hand here, since it's a little more open, this one can be placed on the lightning bolt for him to hold it. So you just simply put that right there on the bolt, and it grips it pretty good. Stays on there decent. You slide it up closer to the thicker part of the lightning bolt. Stays on there pretty cool. Very, very nice. And then he has an extra head sculpt. So with this head sculpt, you can see his teeth are more gritted. His expression on his brow is a little bit more angrier. He comes with a stern face as it is. His face is already stern, but this one is just a bit more focused in anger than the one that comes on him. So it's okay. Could have been a little bit more prominent with with another portrait, but still pretty cool. And if you turn it around, you'll see there's a hole on the back because of this piece here actually comes off, and you can have him without. Drop down in the comments if you remember what this piece is called, because I totally forgot as of right now. But you can slide this or port this right in the hole so that the dressing is on there and fits on there real good. Real snug fit. And since we are at that part, let's go over that his other accessory is his necklace, right? So the necklace is pretty nice. I mean, it's really light, just sits on there. But the part that I don't like is as soon as you put his head on, you can't even see the necklace. That's the part that's a gripe to me, right? I mean, you can see it from the side from a little bit, but not really front on because his beard is covering it. So could have done a little bit better with that. Next, we'll go over articulation here. Oh, before we hit the articulation portion, I forgot his staff. His staff is done really well. You got the bird type wings here, and then if you look closely, you can see that is a man with wings there. And then they even have a little white paint there, and leaving a design right there around below the wings, which looks really cool. And then paint on the end, and this end is very sharp, so be careful with that. Same thing with the sword. The sword is very sharp on both ends. The hilt and the tip of the sword is very sharp, so be careful with these. But articulation, here's where we get into some of the things that I don't necessarily like. Now, head-wise, he can't look down. He can only come up, and I don't know if you can even classify this as up, because it's just this much of a tilt down and up. No head tilt to the side. You have his beard, which hinders all of your down, and then you have his long hair in the back, which hinders all of your up. So that's definitely a point against Berserker Studios for that. It should have been, and let's take this off. Take this head off. It should have been a longer peg. If it extend up longer, even though his beard is so long and his neck and his hair is so long in the back, you probably wouldn't have got much forward and back at all, but at least we would have got a little bit more tilt, and we don't have any of that. So I definitely do not like that. You don't have good range of motion on that head at all. The shoulders, however, because of this shoulder guard, this side comes up this far. This side comes up well above 90, which is pretty good. But that's to be expected when you have a shoulder guard that's coming up this far. He does have, and also this is paint rub from the strap. This is paint rub. As you can see, it looks like dirt. But when this figure came out of package, it was down by his right here by his articulation right here at the elbow. So what I did was shimmy it up all the way up here to the upper bicep, but in doing so, it left the mark here, and that was unfortunate. Also, by me grabbing onto his his wrist guard here, the paint seemed to start coming off, right off on my hand a little bit, or my finger rather, and that's why it looks smeared. But continue on with the articulation. You do have a hinge here in the shoulder, and it does rotate, and you do get a double joint. If you get this shoulder pad up further, you can get it about 90 here, and this one has no problem going a little bit past 90, so that's pretty decent. Now you do have a diaphragm joint, and that moves really smooth, really well. And you also do have a waist swivel. So your waist swivel is not as mobile as the diaphragm, but them working together, as you can tell, works pretty good. Now you have to force his head to the left or the right. Obviously, remember when I went over how his beard is a hindrance, but you have to force that there. Now his legs do kick up a fair decent amount where he can get that Sparta kick, if you will. And they do come backwards a really good amount. And then you also do have a double jointed knee, which is really cool. And I forgot to go over, but he does have a hinge and swivel on that wrist. So that is really nice. Also, the toes can point down as well as they can point up. And you do have a hinge, and you have to work an ankle pivot, but the ankle pivot is there. And then you do have a hinge up and down. As you can see here, can point down and it does come up. You do have a slight hindrance with this shin guard in going up, but if you work it, it can come up. So that is pretty good indeed as far as articulation. I wish, and my very wish and gripe is really based on his head movement. As far as waist movement and things of that nature, it looks really, really good. But as you can see here, how I want to turn his head, it's not possible. His head is basically going to turn just a little bit, and then that is all you're going to get. I would love to get his head to look up more, but that is just not possible with this figure. And it really is a shame. All right, so his shield, what you're going to do to get his shield on his left hand, you're going to take this off here, and there the pegs, as you can see how the pegs look, the pegs has these little ridges in them, so they stay on there really, really well. So here, what you're going to do, you're going to take that off. You're going to slide his hand or his wrist through his shield like this here. Slide it through. Take the handle off and put this hand here. Put this actually on. Turn the peg up just a little bit and port it in. Now this is a little bit tricky, but this is the way that works best for me. Once that is ported in, then you'll take the handle of the shield, slide that down, turn it around, and then port it right back through the hole. And it stays decent enough. It's just you got to make sure your hand and I don't think I have the hand really tightly onto that wrist. But once you have it on there, looks good. Like this here. And that's Zeus with his shield and his head not able to look up. So you're gonna have to adjust his waist because you cannot adjust his head. So adjust his waist. So this is a very good looking figure. As you can see, moves really good from the neck down. But now we're going to go over some size comparisons of this Zeus figure to see who and what he can scale with. Okay, so my fault. I forgot one of his accessories, which is his regal type of royal garb. Now, as you can see here, you have a place for his neck and you have a place for his arm to go through. Now, in production shots, they don't actually have his arm through this hole here. And I was wondering why, and I still don't know why. Maybe it was a mistake on their part, but this hole is there for a reason. So I'm definitely going to put his arm through here. But as you can see, this is on here, this little accented piece for his shoulder. They have it on there pretty snug, so that does not come off. But these loops, you can slide these loops up and down his garb as you so choose to. Also, you do have another accent here where this slides up and down as well. So here I'll show you how to put this on real quick. And like I said, I'm going to put this actually through his arm. So, sorry, to get it on camera would be a lot more helpful, wouldn't it? Put that through his arm like this. Make sure that it is at least up to his upper bicep. And then once you make sure that is up on his upper bicep, then you take this part, which his head slides through, and slide that right on. Sorry, off camera again. Jeez Louise. And slide that through. Straighten it up here. So now you have, and this just hangs freely on the ground there. And you adjust it to where this is on his shoulder. And I like to put this up under his beard. And as I turn to the back, you definitely want to make sure that it is up under his hair. At least I like to make sure that it's up under his hair in the back. Under the beard, under his hair, make sure this is up on him, and boom. There you have his regal royal robe on him, and it looks decent enough to me. And I want to show you also how it looks, because if you have the box, you will see that they didn't put this on or through his shoulder. So real quick, I'll show how it looks actually not on, or not through his shoulder rather. So let's take this back off like this here, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to put that through his shoulder or not. And take this off here. Like this. And you see how careful I'm being, because I don't want to mess up the cloth, right? So I move everything around real careful. I'm not fast with it. Just want to make sure I don't fray or snag the cloth in any type of way. And put this under his hair like that, under his beard. And now that's how it looks without it through the hole that I was talking about before. So you can drape that on the ground as you so see fit, but I don't know which one you guys prefer, through the hole or without, or not through the hole. I mean, you know, it's one of those situations where it's your preference here. I do like, I'm not going to lie, I do like the way it looks when you don't put it through the hole. It does look pretty okay, but you know that hole is there for something. So I think I will have him have it through the hole. Of course, I will. But your decision. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. Now we're actually going to get to the scale portion. Okay, so Zeus stands measurement-wise a little bit above 7 inches. We will go with 7 1/8 inches he stands tall. Now we'll bring in Miguel, aka 2099 Spider-Man, and Sub-Zero Storm Collectibles. So here we have a Marvel Legend, Spidey, and a Storm Collectibles Sub-Zero. And as you can tell, Zeus, by being 7 1/8, is taller than Sub-Zero from Storm and the Marvel Legend. Now, Zeus' comic book height is 6'7". So he is 1 inch taller than Michael Jordan. Fun fact. Next, we have to the right, by Toy Biz, Spider-Hawk, and to the left, Toy Biz, Spider-Hawk, and to the right, by McFarlane Toys, Darkfather. Now, Darkfather definitely is taller than Zeus, but Spider-Hawk seems to be just a smidge bit taller than Zeus, but they definitely can look almost eye to eye, Spider-Hawk. All right, now this is what I like to see. Batman to the left by Mafex, Superman to the right, also by Mafex. Now, Batman's comic book height is 6'2", Superman's comic book height is 6'4". Zeus, again, 6'7". This is appropriate. Very appropriate height and scale. Yes, they nailed it. Hand clap to Berserker Studios. Zeus shares his appearances not only with DC, but also with Marvel. So to see this scale and appropriately heighted brings me joy. Brings me absolute joy. Now for my Dragon Ball Z fans out there, here we have to the left, Super Broly, powered all the way up, and to the right, Broly. Insane mode, but not as powered up as to the right. So if you wanted to get a fight scene between these figures, you definitely can. Don't be confused by Zeus' stature. Even though he's 6'7", obviously Super Broly is way above that. He can still battle. He is a god. Ah, yes. Now this will be a nice little get down, showdown, magistro. And then to the left, and then by NECA, Kratos. Oh yeah. Now these two here are in the same realm. And hey, you taking pictures, why not? It's your shots. Marvel Legends Magistro. And then NECA Kratos. Oh yeah, they can get down with the get down too. Last but certainly not least of the size comparisons, in the background we have by Storm Collectibles Dark Side. And to the left we have none other than Zeus's daughter, Wonder Woman. Oh yes, this is gonna be a good showdown. I'm definitely gonna put some pictures of Zeus versus his daughter, Wonder Woman, on my Instagram. Please check it out. And then we're gonna have to the right, also by Storm Collectibles, Skeletons from the Golden Axe line. Very cool indeed. I'm sorry, guys, I do not have a Hercules. I didn't get that modern take of Hercules that Marvel Legends put out. So I don't have a size comparison for them two. But at the same time, like I mentioned before, DC and Marvel do share the Olympus type gods. So Zeus will be able to fit in with your Marvel Legends and or your DC collection, if you so choose to. That's what makes this figure special to me. You can put him in both universes because he has showed his face in both universes. This is not a DC thing. This is not a Marvel thing. This is an action figure thing. All right, guys. So there you have it. Zeus by Berserker Studios, their first offering. I thought with its shortcomings, the neck not being able to move up or down, not having a tilt, no butterfly joints. It's not a big deal to have a thigh swivel, but it does have a swivel up by the upper thigh, but just not a thigh cut, I meant to say. With some of the shortcomings that it does have, still in all, I believe this to be a great figure and a great first addition to their line. This is the first Berserker Studios figure that I've ever owned. They still have some things to improve on in their myth line, but I would love for them to get us all 12 gods: Hera, Poseidon, Demeter, Athena, Apollo, Artemis, Ares, Hephaestus, Aphrodite, Hermes, Hester, the whole 12. The whole 12 gods of Olympus would be great to have. I just hope they continue to roll out. And for this Zeus figure, I'm going to give him a solid rating of an 7.5. 7.5 is a solid rating for a first offering. I think there's still room to improve. What they did hit and what they did nail was great. The garbs are great. The fabric is great. The deco is awesome. The articulation beside the neck is great, and the butterfly joint is also great. The accessories are also good. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope I made your decision easy to get or not to get this Zeus by Berserker Studios. This is your boy, Plastic Addict. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your hunts, and if you're patient enough, even an egg can and will grow legs. I'll see you next time on the next review, the next hunt, or the next unboxing. Plastic Addict out.